Hey, what is going on, people of the internet? Xiagax here, coming at you with a RuneScape commentary. And what do we have here? What am I doing here with these fire giants? I'm actually in the basically the EOC 2.0 combat beta, if that's what you like to call it. It's another combat beta that we have. It's just improving the combat system we have already, because we got this sexy thing down here and a couple of other things. We got the basically the special ability thing here. We also got a couple abilities right here. We have Revolution, and basically this is kind of, good. It's basically, think of like what is it? It's like Momentum, except it uses the first 9 abilities that you have. So it's good for it's good for Slayer, I guess. I mean, that's what a lot of people have been asking for, and this, I hope, will really make things really go back up in price, because I remember my Dragon Claws just being, I mean, they sat in my bank and they were only about 100k, because now they're pretty darn worthless, because back in the day they used to be like 22 mil. So I think hopefully this ought to make them go up just a little bit. But so, I mean, the funny thing is actually, I'm gonna show you something here. I'm gonna show you a comparison of, let's see, what is this? The Salt and the the Dragon's Dragon Claw special here. The Dragon's. So I've got my adrenaline high enough. So I mean that looks like a pretty decent hit here. But I'm also gonna try to go ahead and use Assault here in the next one, or actually try to use it on one that's completely full on health here. Or it's like, say, this guy here. I mean, if we use Assault on this one, it totally just annihilates him. Like, I mean, Assault does a whole lot better than Dragon Claws. So I don't see Dragon Claws maybe getting to be more than maybe 5 mil. I mean, which wouldn't be bad. But that, I mean, Dragon Claws used to be pretty freaking good. So then I also have the Dragon Halberd here, which, ooh, Fire Battle Staff. Somebody will want that. And oh, I don't have enough room. Dang it. So I don't see this being too significant. I think unless you're trying to do, damage from a distance and swipe. Oh, that's basically, I don't know. That's kind of like just one of the cone abilities, like the ones that they do frontal cone. But so yeah, I think if you haven't noticed, the adrenaline gets penalized when you use a special ability. If I apologize if I said that before. I'm just so much going through my head right about now. And also with this video, I'm going to be telling you how I got started into RuneScape, because I'm still going to be kind of incorporating 2 things. Actually, before I start, if you've seen a friend's videos, or like, he's also gotten into the combat beta. He's said if you're a member, I mean, you can only get in if you're a member. I don't think that's true, because it said it's also available for free to play. So I think he may have made a mistake there. So if you did watch this video, if you're free to play, you can get in on it too. Don't worry about it being free to play, because, or actually, don't worry about it being members only. Excuse me. I mean, I think he just made a mistake. I don't think he meant anything by it. But anyhow, so this story time here, this is how I got into RuneScape. I know that somebody actually asked me about that. I actually got into RuneScape in about mid 2007, but I actually didn't hear about it for the first time until what was it? It was about earlier that year. I was in school, and I remember I was specifically in art class, and I don't know what it was about, like, people from this school. They just, I don't know. I think they didn't think highly of me. They thought I was like less intelligent or something, because this was a school that people considered themselves to be really freaking smart, and they weren't all that great at athletics, because I came from a school before then that was pretty darn good at athletics. So it's kind of like, it was a completely different world for me. But anyway, like, people, I could tell people kind of talked down to me a little bit, like, just the way they talk to me. And the way I actually first heard about RuneScape was when I was in art class, as I said, and somebody was just like, hey, Jordan, what kind of video games do you like to play? And I told him, it was like,
and I told him what it was, and he was like, well, you should play RuneScape. Like, that's the way they said it. Like, they were, like, talking down to me, like, you know, like, they were trying to be nice, but they were really kind of snubbing it in my face. And that was the first that I heard of it. And it kind of stuck with me for a little bit. I mean, I didn't think much of it at that point in time. But then it was about that summer. It was, like, and I remember specifically the day, and I will never forget the day that I actually started playing RuneScape. I was actually looking for my MySpace page in the history of the computer at where the hotel I was staying at, because I was staying at a hotel. I should have said I think I'm getting ahead of myself. I was staying at a hotel, and I stayed there for about a month when when my family was trying to look for a place to live, and while we were there, I happened to, you know, I used a hotel computer. And I was looking for my MySpace. God forbid, good Lord, that ancient thing. But either way, I was looking for my MySpace page and just going through the history. I found RuneScape in the history, and I was like, well, what's this doing here? And that sounds familiar. So I got on RuneScape and I made my account. And I was like, hey, this looks cool, and I've been hooked ever since. But actually, I mean, that was a very simplified version. There's more to that story. But as I was playing it, I guess the person that was the reason why that was the cause for RuneScape being in history actually came by. His name was Mitch. He's about my age. You know, he'd been playing it for a lot longer than me. Because obviously at the time, I mean, this was way pre-EOC. This was back this was the original 07 Scape. He was like level 80, I was like level 6, 5, something around there. I was a lowly noob, and he saw me playing it, and so I was just on Tutorial Island, and yeah, back when Tutorial Island was a big thing, and people wanted to go back, but they couldn't, which kind of sucks. But either way, and he kind of guided me through it, and you know, made sure I was just doing everything right, which really wasn't that hard, because, you know, tutorial itself wasn't hard. And then, I remember, like, you know, and then he tried, you know, to get me accustomed to the game, and, you know, tried to, you know, teach me a couple things, you know, that I guess, you know, noobs wouldn't know early in the day, and I'm about to level up my defense here pretty soon. So I'm going to be 86 here. That'll be freaking awesome. But yeah, I mean, so, you know, he tried to, you know, he obviously tried to help me out as much as he could, and I remember looking up to him, like, you know, he was a mentor of mine, and at least that's what I considered him at the time. Just like, I think, like, once I, you know, got out of the hotel, we didn't really talk to each other anymore, because we didn't get to know each other that well. Like, I don't know him much anymore. I don't even think he still plays the game anymore. But yeah, so, I mean, that's how I got started, and, I mean, I just kept, you know, I was really hooked on it, and I actually kind of, I mean, it did make me feel guilty a bit, because I remember that same year, I went out for track, and I actually just, you know, I wanted to play RuneScape more than anything, more than anything. It actually got to the point I quit track just to go to the library every day, so I could go play RuneScape. I mean, does that make me a bad person or what? I quit track to go play RuneScape. I mean, but I knew I wasn't an athlete, so I mean, I was starting to decline as an athlete, so I kind of gave up on that. So I just went straight for RuneScape. And I remember it took me about a year to get through all the free-to-play quests. I mean, I remember Dragon Slayer was a real pain in the butt. I mean, trying to go kill Elvarg, and I think that was also the time when you actually had to. I think now the present version of Dragon Slayer, you don't have to cut. I think you don't have to cut Elvarg's head off. Maybe you do. I don't know. But either way, I remember I actually had to. I mean, the way I had to fight Elvarg, like I had to have an anti-dragon shield. Not an anti-dragon. Not like now. Like I have like an anti. Or no, I think it was like an anti-fire shield. I think that's what it was. I don't think it was a dragon. No, I'm thinking dragon fire shield. Yeah, it was an anti-fire. It was an anti-fire shield. But either way, I mean, I remember like thinking like when you had one of those, like those are it was the bomb to have one of those, because that like meant you were really good. And then I got one of them, and I realized they were only about like a 1K, which wasn't that much. And
that was also the time when like 100K was a lot to me. Now I got like 20 mil, which still isn't a lot in comparison. But yeah, just trying to do like Dragon Slayer, that was a pain in the butt. I mean, the only way I actually finished it, because I think during that time, that's when people, like, I think when you would boss something, like, you wouldn't get your own private instance, like, you would just fight the same boss. And so, actually what it was is somebody tried fighting Elvarg for me, and I guess they died because Elvarg was only at quarter health, and I managed to, like, just beat it down to the point I killed it, took its head, went back to Xiagax, and I got my first rune plate body, I think. Or no, I don't think I got it. But, I mean, because to me, back then, rune plate body was a big deal. And then I saw people getting dragon. I was like, oh, holy crap, that stuff's awesome. And then it was like a couple years later that I actually got membership for the first time. I got, like, one of the membership cards for Christmas. It was in 2011, so holy crap, like 4 years later I actually get membership. So I've been screwing around in free-to-play for 4 years. I think I still have not outdone my time as a member compared to free-to-play. So I still have played more free-to-play. I mean, like, I think in comparison to how much time, like, I don't know, in real time. But, oh, I'm actually kind of glad I played RuneScape. I mean, I know at the time, back when I quit track just to go play RuneScape, I kind of felt a little guilty about it, and I don't know why, like, I didn't stop. But either way, I mean, I'm actually happy that I am where I am now. I mean, probably would have said the same thing had I not quit track. I don't know. Maybe it just, gone a different route. But oh well, I'm happy with where I'm at with now with RuneScape. I actually kind of owe Xiagax a little, just because they made such an amazing game here. It's kept me out of trouble. It's kept me from going out doing stupid things. Kids do in high school, going out doing drugs, going out and partying, getting drunk, that sort of stuff. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't know why people think that's the cool stuff to do in high school, but either way, I'm happy with RuneScape. It's been something that's been a good, outlet. Albeit sometimes, I say some pretty bad things to people. I mean, back when I was, younger, I would say some nasty things. But either way, yeah, that's my story about how I got into RuneScape. So anyhow, if you haven't gotten into the beta, I would definitely try it out. Give your feedback to Xiagax. Say what you like about what you like. I mean, some of the changes now. We got special abilities back. We got some of the new abilities. Like, I think, yeah, just revolutions. So now you can just use abilities without. You can basically think like what is it? Think momentum, except you don't have to. I mean, except it uses abilities automatically. But anyhow, that's pretty much all I have right about now, guys. If you guys like this video, be sure to leave a like in the like box. Leave a comment if you like. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, and subscribe for more videos by yours truly. And I will see you guys later. So thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. See you all later.